What have you done with Le Guru de MMA? I don't know what happened to Le Guru de MMA.
He's back, very much needed.
I'm Peppa Pig.
Unbelievable. Big up, Piggy. Hope you're having a good one, G. Thank you. Pimblett mashes up Gaethje. Silly fight to make. It is an incredibly silly fight to make. It's a disgrace. It's disgusting. And that is all. But I like the fight. Actually, I disagree with everything I just said. And I think that Pimblett will beat Gaethje. And I like the fight. I think it's a huge fight, and we need huge fights right now. And then we can do Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker. And that has beef as well. Have you been crashing out about Glastonbury? Dude, you know political shit can't make me crash out anymore. I have a new... Political shit don't make me crash out anymore, man. 6'4", capped delts, and a 32-inch belt. My pigger. Thank you for the £2, Reese Thompson. Yeah, I've seen all the Glastonbury shit, but I really just don't care anymore, man. I'm so over it. I'm done getting rage baited by political shit now. Even though I'll be raging about something tomorrow, most likely. I don't know. I don't really care. I saw the whole Pride Parade thing as well, and I kind of see the good in it. Weirdly. Even though it's degenerate, I know. I don't know. Trying not to let things ruin my day all the time, every day. You know what I'm saying? Gurus for Pride Month. No, because I saw the video on Twitter of the Pride Parade and all of the people that were in the Pride Parade. Dude, I'm telling you, in 100 years, I think white people, if the white people that are left, I think are going to be literal super soldiers. Hear me out. That's why I don't mind Pride Parade. Dude, conveniently, everyone at these degenerate parades is like fat, ugly messes that are so pathetic looking. They're literally taking themselves out of the reproductive chain. We've never seen natural selection like this, dude. In 100 years, the few of us left are going to be literal super soldiers, I'm telling you, dude. This is the best natural selection I've ever seen. Genetic dead ends. Yeah, let them take themselves out of the gene pool, dude. Even better. You know? My man went through... And that's enough now. That's enough of a mental shift on that whole topic to not make me angry about it every day. Which I'm happy with. My man went through Dan Hardy ego death. He's zen. Well, I just completely ruined your thought on that, but no, I didn't go for ego death. I had another reason why I'm okay with it. Well done in the pod with your one black friend. No problem, dude. I thought it was a good one. Goon Guru, thank you for the $2. Bro becoming less based? No, I'm more based. I'm actually so much more based that I'm not angry about it. I took my kid to the Pride Parade. Well, you're Canadian. It makes sense. Might as well, mate. I don't know if you watched the Jake Paul fight, but he has really plateaued with his skills. His footwork and punches are low level, and his hype has died off too. Yeah, yes or no, chat. Jake Paul needs highlight reel KOs, or there really is no fucking point watching him. Honestly, if he fought lower level comp, or not lower level comp, but lesser named competition, but was still getting KOs, I think he would still be decently relevant. But if he's facing the lesser names and to go into a decision with him, I mean, this paycheck, wasn't it? Didn't he get 300,000 for this fight? When normally he gets millions. I'm pretty sure normally he gets a few million. He got 100 million or 300 million against Mike Tyson or something. Yeah, I think he got 300 million against Mike Tyson. Or 30 million. No, he got 30 million against Mike Tyson. And then probably like 10. I think he got like 8 million for the Woodley fight. So he made good money for it. This fight with Julio Cesar Chavez was 300,000. K. 300K, which is insanely low. Impression of Rogan asking Hermanson to come into the octagon. Yeah. Yeah, so, who's the guy calling him out? Joe Pyfer. Hey, everybody! I got somebody I want to call out. So this guy thinks he's some kind of fucking, this guy thinks he's a fucking Roman. Well, I'm a Greek. This fucking Roman guy thinks he's some kind of fucking Georgian monster. Bring him in, Jack Hermanson, folks. Bring him into the octagon. That's who you're talking about, right? Fucking Joe Rogan, dude. Yeah, mate, I've got one fucking fight on me mind, and it's that fucking woman beating. PED cheating. Fucking cop escaping piece of fucking gay shit. Bring him in here. You're talking about Alexander Volkov, folks. Bring him up. Bring him up here, folks. Let's get a bit of a face-off going on. Sarukian impression after he gets called out and Joe Rogan gets Paddy in the cage. Yes, I want to have a fight with some person. He named Arman. He has back problems and he's from Armenia and he just beat Charles Oliveira. You're talking about Paddy Pimblett. Get Paddy in here, folks. Yes, I'm looking for a matchup against a guy, his surname Hooker, some hooker guy. This fucking hooker in the crowd from New Zealand thinks he's all tough. He's a fucking hooker. Get him up here. You're talking about Paddy Pimblett? Get him in here, folks. Fucking Joe Rogan, dude. Appreciate the content, Guru. Glad you haven't ended it all yet. No problem. How do you think JDM finishes Islam, and what's Paddy's path to victory versus Ilia? Paddy's path to victory is to throw goofy shit at range and hope that Ilia overthrows himself to a back take being exposed or something along those lines. How do I think JDM finishes Islam? I think JDM will finish him with volume after busting up Makashev's face with a jab. I think Makashev will slowly start to wear more and more damage from JDM here. JDM hits deceptively hard. Imagine Paddy just throws a Hail Mary, cracks Ilia, and finishes him by early stoppage from a jumpy ref, and then starts spamming his weird dances. Thank you for the $5. That would be insane. Like an uppercut on the counter to a left hook. Jumps in. Yeah, early stoppage. Absolute fucking mess. I could so see that. Joe Rogan controls the UFC booking. He does. You picked Kelvin Gastelum against Brady. Awful. Sharrett against MVP. Also a bad pick. Cody against Figueredo. Not that bad after the Sandhagen performance. Figueredo is capable of a stinker. You thought Islam Makhachev would destroy Volk the first time. Your love for JDM is clouding your judgment. Oh, I picked Makhachev to beat Volk. He did. Sorry he didn't do it as dominantly as I thought he would. What the fuck? I've had a couple bad picks of all time. No one knows what your picks are, mate. I also picked Anthony Pettis to knock out Wonderboy in round 2. I also picked Jack Hermansson to leg lock submit Kelvin Gastelum in round 1. I also picked Max Holloway to absolutely school, pick apart, and finish Justin Gaethje in the later rounds by a KO while moving up a weight class. Oh, shiver me timbers, dude. I got a couple fights wrong. My bad. I just think Islam is a really good and JDM doesn't hit as hard as you say. I think JDM's going to beat Islam Makhachev. But I don't think it's just the power is the reason. I think he's got good enough takedown defense. He's only going to improve with Craig Jones. We've seen a lot lesser people and Poirier be able to shuck off takedowns against Makhachev. I don't think Poirier would shuck off the takedowns of Bilal like JDM was able to. Therefore, I think that JDM is better at dealing with grapplers at this version of himself than Poirier is in the version of himself with a fucking fake false hip against Islam Makhachev. And I think that JDM can take what Poirier did and turn it up to a different level and therefore beat the shit out of Makhachev and finish him at some point. Thank you for the 10. Bilal doesn't have a great chin and he couldn't drop him despite landing a lot. Islam could hang on the feet and stall rounds of takedowns. All right, guys. Bilal Muhammad doesn't have a great chin because he got KO'd once. He's been dropped by Jeff Neal, popped right back up and got back to fighting. Like, Bilal having a bad chin because he got wobbled by a head kick that landed right on his temple. I don't like that. Bilal's chin looked pretty good in that fight. I thought that fight proved Bilal did have a decent chin. Why were you acting like Bilal wasn't a world champion? He was. I know we hate Bilal, but he was the world champion. Ever see the vid of fans screaming, "You suck," as Bilal depressingly leaves the cage after he got schooled by JDM? No. I didn't see that clip. That's fucking insane. Thank you for the 1 month membership. How much longer until you end the stream, Piggy? The wine and laxatives are calling our name. I know you're craving giving me a delicious blumpkin. No, that's not going to happen, Saul Rocha. I appreciate the 1 month of membership, though. JDM, Jack destroys Makhachev. Acronyms never lie. True. Very true. One thing that needs to happen, no chat, I don't know if you watched JDM's walkout against Bilal Muhammad. I need someone to say, "Let's go JDM!" every single time that he walks out, because I swear that doubled his aura. It tripled his aura before the fight. You know? Do you know how mainstream you've become? You clip channels get crazy views consistently, and you get at least 20k views per pay-per-view. Fat Guru's a fan channel of yours who gets crazy engagement. He does the reactions to the fights, doesn't he? Yeah, I get big views. I get a lot on TikTok now, apparently, as well. Loads. People always send me ones that go viral. So, I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I don't care. I don't care at all. It's actually quite scary. Sometimes, chat, do you ever see these comments? I'll see a post of mine, and it'll be me reading the impression of Conor McGregor wearing a monkey outfit and scaring Chandler's kids at Halloween, and then saying, look, Chandler, I'm your son, or something like that. It'll be some joke like that I read out and didn't do an impression of. And the comments will be like things like, dude, Guru needs to be careful or he's going to get cancelled, lol. I look at that and I wince because of how, like, there's so much worse. You know? I do get worried about a new audience discovering me. Hot take, Ilia crushes Prime Aldo the same way Conor did. Conor was better than Ilia on foot at 145. I don't think so at all. For a short time, Ilia is the real deal. Nepotism, baby, but the real deal. Ilia crushes Prime Aldo. I could see that. I could also see him struggling with Prime Aldo at featherweight. But I'd say I don't think he would finish him early in the first. I think Ilia would have to break down an Aldo like a Peter Yan, but like more powerfully. Thank you for the $10. Ilia needs to fight before the end of the year. We cannot wait more than that. There's too much risk. Paddy versus Ilia might never happen. Make it now. No, everyone's going to be mad about it if they make it now. And I agree with them, honestly. I wish that we would have had something already booked by the time this fight was on. You know? I wish we had Pimblett versus Gaethje booked for August or September. So we could have that fight happen in December at the end of the year. But no, I think we're going to have to see Ilia wait until January, dude. Sadly enough. None of these guys have a chance against Ilia at 155. There's just a difference in the intensity between the way he throws shots as well as skill level. Very different. I was rewatching Makhachev Oliveira as well, dude. Ilia would fucking destroy Makhachev. I truly believe so. How would Topuria match up with the current welterweight top 10? I don't know if he would do well against him. Sometimes there's just too much of a size difference. But against certain types, like I think he could like knock out Gilbert Burns. You know what I mean? But the rangier guys, like I think Michael Morales would fuck up Gilbert Burns. Anyone else agree with me? Like I think Morales would just be way too big and rangy for him and probably piece him the fuck up at range. Funnier fight, Gaethje Paddy or Olives Max? Need both. Gaethje Paddy. Funner fight. No, Oliveira Max is good, but Gaethje Paddy is the more fun fight right now in terms of both being off wins. DDP leaked 319 co-main. I've seen, yeah, I saw it on Twitter. I don't think it was 319. No, I think he was talking about the October pay-per-view. Because that can't be the 319 co-main. Pimblett would never be in shape enough for that time of fight, so... He was talking about 320. Again, I can't breathe. Why can't I breathe? Like, there's no air. Not enough oxygen in the air. I don't know what's going on with me. Maybe it's just that hot and humid. Strategically, what would Islam's path be to victory be against Topuria? He just seems unbeatable at the moment, but Volk and Max were winning rounds against him. Because Volk and Max are legit good strikers. Makhachev's a good striker when the guy in front of him is terrified of being taken down. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Makhachev's just blast kicks into Ilia Topuria's arms. Blast kicks into him at range. Body, head, inside low kicks. I don't think he would exchange with any punches with Ilia Topuria. And then try and grapple up against the cage and just get a hold of Ilia. Knee him to the thigh a little bit, you know. Not even go for a full all-in takedown. Just make Ilia work out of certain positions. Probably be what's best for Makhachev. Which round does Ilia finish Paddy in your opinion? Or round 5 after Paddy's done 4 rounds, 10-8 in a row? Thank you for the $2. That's what I think. Most likely anyway, you know. Flukes it in the end, you know. Round 5. Like a Chandler Oliveira moment, but if he actually finished him. What happens when Sean and Adesanya's future fight? I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know what's going to happen with that at all. But I reckon they'll do it, though. They'll give Adesanya anyway to clear up the legacy and get back to the top. Wouldn't be surprised if they give him some kind of title shot off of that as well. Paddy can't even beat his food addiction. How is he going to beat Topuria? Because of that, dude. All of these other... Dude, I tell you anything, Ilia's going to overlook Paddy, and it's going to be a trickier fight than people think. Impression of Fat Paddy attempting to climb the cage, only to get stuck between the bars and fence and pass out from sheer exhaustion. Lad, I'm fucking stuck in the fucking cage door, lad. You're going to have to grease me up and push me, lad. Just saw that Ilia and his family is getting a reality show from HBO Max. He is, yeah. He really is a superstar. Dude, he's a massive name. I mean, chat. I think Dana White, you know how he said he's probably not going to do Paddy Pimblett versus Ilia Topuria next? Yes or no? He went back to the office with the rest of his team, and they said, look at the numbers that Paddy Pimblett and Ilia Topuria's face-off did. I bet you anything they told him that. Hey, look at these numbers on the Ilia Topuria Paddy Pimblett face-off. It did 16.6 million views. I bet you anything they're whispering shit like that to him. It did 16.6 million views. It has fucking 837,000 likes. We gotta make this fight. You know it. You know we gotta make this fight. And book Gaethje versus Arman. But Paddy does need one more, I agree. But if there's anything to convince them that he doesn't, it'll be those types of numbers. And Paddy Pimblett screaming into the fucking mic from the stands got 432,000 views. Or 432 likes. 1,000 likes. MMA Chase says, I'm elite at the back foot. Ilia is done. Elite on the back foot, Islam Makhachev. Oh, yeah, because he landed a couple of shots that one time on the counter on Poirier that did nothing to Poirier. Oh, I forgot about that, yeah. Dude, Makhachev's a fucking problem on the back foot. He kind of outpointed Volkanovski in a couple moments on the feet. People forget, man. Makhachev landed a check hook on Volkanovski. People forget, man. Do you think Ilia will retire undefeated? Yes, I do. I don't see anyone beating Ilia Topuria. I don't see it. Piggy finally putting in a shift. Dude, I'm live. We're doing things. I'm doing stuff. I don't know if I'm going to post a video today because the Mighty Guru show dropped, and I might just leave that to marinate for today and then just pick up the videos later this week because we got 2 weeks off now. Wish I had different initials. There you go, JJ. How much money did you raise for Ben Askren? I have no idea, but probably a lot. And you know, DJ said on the pod, yeah. So we're thinking of doing this thing, and I was like, "What are we doing?" And we for Ben Askren, and then we were talking about how we can like raise the money and then match however much is donated and give it as money. And he was saying, "Yeah, that's what we're gonna do." And I literally told him on the pod, I said, "Who's we here?" So, I'm here to get my money out of this podcast. So who's we? And then eventually I gave in and said I'd do it for Ben Askren. But I don't remember signing up for this when I saw that when we set up this podcast, buddy. Giving away all my fucking paycheck. But fair enough though. I hope Ben Askren does well. Probably quite a bit. Probably a few thousand at least. DJ's not a casual, but speaking from experience, I used to be a huge fan, but when you do the sport, you fall out of watching everything. I know, because there's only so much you can love the sport before it gets long. I know everything because you guys tell me, because I don't watch Embedded or Countdown or anything like that anymore. I just can't do it. I don't know why I can't do it. I used to watch all of that stuff, but now I can't. Once you've done it enough, it just becomes so repetitive, you know? It's the same format every time. Same things are said by the fighters. Guru, how cool is it to have a show with DJ? You grinded for this, bro? It's very cool. It's extremely, extremely cool, and I enjoy it. How about Benny Dariush? Good lord, what a fucking legend. What a blockbuster star we've got on our hands here. By God, what a promoter. What a promoter's dream he is. Now, he had a good performance, to be fair, with his offensive wrestling. Anyone else just like incredibly, incredibly underwhelmed with, what's it called? Moicano's performance. I don't know. Moicano's performance was just fucking rank, in my opinion. It was a really bad performance. I'm glad that he's still getting popularity and he got 4.5k viewers today in Portuguese, but I don't know, man. Le Guru de MMA has got it up, but it's got no views in 13 minutes, so he's not really one of the big dogs, you know?